What's up? Black men must keep sex sacred in the black community. Now, if you're a black man out there and you're trying to self improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man, I have a deep dive guide on all the things of learning who to look up to in black history, eating healthier, having a more calisthenics based workout, becoming more financially literate, and learning how to come together with other black men to self improve together on a daily basis and to see the black community rise and be strong. If you're a black man and you know you have to be that way and you know that's how you have to be powerful and you know you need that, the link for that will be in the bio section of my YouTube channel. uh just click on my channel in the bio section. You'll see the link for that, so click on that, check that out, because we have to be like that as black men. We have to internalize those things as a black man. Now, when we look at sex in the black community, I start to understand that we do have to keep it sacred. Nowadays we're in a generation where it's degenerate and it's hypersexual. And let me make this clear too. I'm not even suggesting that we go and read the Bible about this and do everything by the Bible and do what God said in sex before marriage and all this type of stuff. I'm not talking about all that. I'm not talking about anything religious right now. Right? When I say keep sex sacred, I mean keep it pure. Keep it where not everybody know about that. Not everybody is like, it's not out in the public, right? What you do with your partner or anything like that, right? It needs to be something that's sacred. Nowadays, the dudes, they just want the girls who are hoes. They just want, any girl that look good. They're just gonna go after that. And then on top of that, you know, it's hard to be at a place where you want to keep it sacred and you want to make it be something where it's special. That's when you have to understand that a lot of black men are gonna pick on you about that. They're gonna bring you down about that. Now, here's what I'm not saying. I'm not sitting here saying black men should be out there just trying to find this super queen girl who's a virgin and she's never did anything. No, I'm not even saying, I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm actually saying that a black man should go out there and talk to as many women as he can. Put himself out there, but don't just put yourself in a place where you're constantly trying to figure stuff out about girls in a way where, okay, is this the right match for me? Is this not the right match for me? I think for the longest time, especially with me having a history with being addicted to porn and masturbation, that put me in a place where I know I had to get up and do something. Never be one of these guys who, they're using this coping mechanism of, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm not doing any of that right now because I'm a man and I'm a man of God and I'm not doing anything like that. No, no. I wouldn't even say to get in that mentality. Get in the mentality where you're aggressive and you're going out there and you're talking to a lot of girls, right? Does that mean you have to sleep with a lot of girls? No. But when you go out there and talk to a lot of women, you start to understand things, right? That's one thing that I know I have to get better with being more aggressive with uh shooting my shot, right? And why is it important that you shoot your shot? So you get in the habit of trying to find that person, right? It's all about doing something. It's all about doing something. And when you have a mentality of, okay, I'm gonna find a woman who she takes sex serious. She's not just, wearing all this provocative stuff and, she's hypersexual. Go in places where you can approach women and, they actually have substance to them. You can actually get to know them and it can actually be something on a more serious level. Not saying sex is outside of that, because sex is still inside of that. She still have to be attractive, you still have to like her, everything like that. But this is stuff that I be asking myself and questioning myself and talking to myself about, because I know I want to find the right woman. Because like I've been saying all the time in my videos, like, we have to have a prosperous culture. And a lot of the reason why black people are in a bad place, because they weren't raised right. They were raised with dysfunctional relationships, a dysfunctional relationship with sex. A lot of them was emotionally abused or even sexually abused, right? And so the thing you have to understand is, when it comes to finding that right woman, it is important, right? But if you want to find her, you got to go out there and find her. And when you live in when you're trying to bring back a patriarchy, more of a patriarchy type of way with things, the man has to be the one to initiate, to approach. We got to stop being in this mindset of, oh, the girl gonna come to me. Because I used to be in that mindset of the right woman gonna come to me. Yeah, a handful of times in my life a girl done walked up to me and try to talk to me, but that's not that's not the norm, and that's not how I should be waiting on something. That's a passive state. We need to be in a state of going out there and figuring stuff out. This is me talking to myself as well, man, because I lack that. I lack doing that, and that's something I have to get better with. And if there's a black man out there and you're trying to find that right person, make sure you can keep everything in check. A lot of dudes who be like, I'm a man of God, I'm a Christian, they never put themselves out there much to even talk to a girl, right? They just think the right girl gonna fall into their lap and they just gonna be right there. No, you gotta go out there and find that woman, right? You gotta go out there and approach women and talk to women, right? Even if you embarrass yourself or the girl shoot you down, you still gotta go out there and try and be out there, right? Because don't let fear stop you. Don't let anxiety and all this type of stuff. We are men, and we have to understand that nobody's gonna save us. Nobody is gonna save Brandon. Nobody's gonna save me, right? Nobody's gonna save any of you. But we can work together, and we can do this together. We can improve together, and that's the beautiful thing. And then let me go to another side of looking at this. When you look at sexual energy, it's important for a man not to put all his sexual energy into sex, right? You can go out there and try to figure out girls and find that right woman, but never be quick to just sleep with a girl on the spot. I wouldn't be in that mindset of doing that, purely because it's a lot of risk to doing that, and you put yourself in a place where you're wasting your energy and you don't fully know this person and fully uh see if this person is receptive to you or supportive to you, right? And that's one thing I had to learn too, bro, because nowadays a lot of black dudes, a lot of the times in the black community, if you don't instantly try to sleep with as many girls as possible, no matter if she's ugly, fat, pretty, skinny, no matter what, something wrong with you. You gay, you this, right? But that's the problem. We get away from having standards, you know, and we have to have standards. This is why a girl in the black community nowadays does have a lot of power, because the dudes are so weak. The girl can just get the dude instantly, right? But when a man comes back to having standards and he's not just gonna get with any girl, right? That's when he starts to bring back his power. And on top of that, he's controlling his sexual energy. He gets to a place where, you know, he's in control of his interactions with women. He's in control of finding the woman he wants to find. He's not at the place where he's in scarcity and he got to talk to one girl and make sure he try to keep her in there and keep her in a relationship. No, we gotta get in a place where we're in control and we're coming from a place of abundance. All right. So that's the important thing. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out.